Hello, I'd like to start off by thanking everyone who's already pledged to Kickstarter. It's an amazing number of people who've already pledged, and to those who are watching, come and join us. We're already having fun with this project. It's going to be a great ride. We're very excited about it. This game has to be made. Now, what I want to talk about now is the plan for development, and also to sort of own up and discuss some of the things that we've not been discussing on the forums up to now. So, the first thing is this game has an absolutely amazing scope looking forward in time, and we've been looking at it and how we achieve it for a long time. It's the sort of game that terrifies the pants off publishers because the scope is so broad. But having said that, we're a long way down the line in achieving what we need to do, and we've got the foundations already, and what we're looking at now is how we build on them. So the idea with this is we've looked at the game, we've looked at what the game is that we need to be able to achieve what we want. We've also looked at where it can go after the first release. And that's what we've been talking about a lot. Now, one of the questions people have been asking a lot about, for example, is landing on planets. Now, yes, we're going to have landing on planets, but there is a lot of detail that's really important. So, for example, if you were to then have a follow-up question, what will be there when you land on the planet? That's what's been concerning us a lot. If you imagine every planet, when you get down to the surface, is just a differently coloured height map, that would be very, very disappointing, even with lovely atmospheric effects. What I want to see down on the planet is interesting things, cities, scapes, even animals, life, trees, being a big game hunter, all of the things that we've been very, very excited about for a long time, we want to be able to realise. And the amount of work to create those things is so huge. We want to do it properly. What's really important is we do each of these things really well. So that sort of thing will not be included on day one. We don't want it to be a dull experience where you just go down, you get essentially exactly the same experience wherever you land. So when we first release the game, you will not be able to go down to the planet's surface. Your ship won't be suitably equipped. We will show some sort of re-entry effect, but we won't be able to go all the way down to the planet's surface. But we have designed the game with that capability in mind going forward, and at a later date we will gradually add more and more functionality to allow you to do that. The game richness will gradually increase. Another example that we've built into the structure of the game is ship interiors. Now, a lot of people you've seen that we're designing all the ships with the interiors in mind, how the cargo is unloaded, all of that sort of thing, how damage occurs, and that's because that another thing that we are doing again down the line is that you will be able to walk around inside your ship, you'll be able to get out of your ship, walk around inside space stations, other vehicles, all of that sort of thing. We've shown the damage on the ship, the damage models. Imagine looking at that from inside the ship outwards, seeing your cargo flying out into space, seeing the flames, trying to fight them. All of those things that we plan with time, they won't be at the first release because we want to do them right, we want to do them well. All of these will be done as updates, and I'll talk some more about that in a second, but the point really is that we want to do it well, but the game has to be structured in a way to allow it from the start. So we're designing the ships so that they work that way, and so that when we come to do it, it's not a problem. When we come to show all of these elements, walking around the ships, walking into other people's ships potentially stealing them, we have got in mind all of the things, all of the gameplay, the really rich gameplay that entails. And it's, to go back to what I've been saying right from the start of this Kickstarter, what is the game I want to play? This is the game I want to play, because actually in many ways it doesn't feel like a game. It feels like a world that I'm being brought into. And with each of these subsequent updates, we expect that world will get richer and richer, and more of the things that we are excited about will be there. You will be able to walk around the spaceport, you will be able to see gold being loaded into someone else's ship, you will be able to sneak in and hide in amongst the cargo. All of those things are phenomenal gameplay opportunities, where that ship might actually be the ship of another player. So just think where that all ends. All of these things I think we need to do right. It would be very easy to do them very poorly, and that would be my fear. So these things will not be there at day one. What will be there at day one is a great game that we've already described, where all of those things, those fantastic things we were doing in Elite and Frontier that we love, will be there. It's just the things that we want to extend on, we want to extend on really well. We want them to be compelling. Now, I think they will be compelling, and that's what all the design discussion forums that we've already talked about, that are there at the different pledge levels, are there for to do, to work out which we do first of these things. If you like, each of these are stretch goals, and one of the things that we're looking at doing is actually saying that they won't happen on day one, even if we hit the stretch goals, but they will happen with time, sometime after release. And these are other things that will be in the mix, including support for other platforms. We've already said that we very much like to go on other platforms like Macintosh, and there are others too, that are very exciting going forward. But I think the important thing for me is that we do each section of the game right. We do it in a way that doesn't cause problems for the players. We do it in a way that builds on what we've had before. And to me, that's what really matters in the game, that it is the game that we all want. And I think this is the way that we achieve that. This is what makes me really excited. It means that what can happen with all of these things is they can create unnecessary delays as well. We think, we can't go now because such and such a planet isn't right yet. What we can do, and I think is perfectly acceptable to do, is close off areas until we're happy that that's great. So there's another part of this plan, is we are planning to reserve, as a percentage, tiny areas of the galaxy for future expansion. We don't even know yet what we're going to put there, but it allows us to put whole new exciting things to be discovered at a later date. If you get there as an exploring player, what will happen is it will say, oh, you can't go here. And I'm sure there will be a lot of people that map these regions with time and produce maps of where there's a sort of a cutout that's been reserved for something exciting in the future. But ironically, that's all part of the excitement. We have that. We're planning for that now. And what we will do with time, as this game builds, as it becomes something that people want to spend a lot of time in, they'll say, well, that must be another race. What's going to be there? And of course, there will be a lot of gameplay that flows from that. These are the reasons that I want us to make this game. These are the reasons that make me very, very excited. A lot of people here have already part of this. A lot of the people here have pledged very, very generous amounts of money, and that is really, really appreciated. It's making this project possible. A lot of people are watching in the wings, are very, very excited about that too. Come and be a part of it. There will be lots of things. Being one of the original Kickstarters will be fantastic for you. We will all be together on the alpha and the beta. We'll all be part of this journey. Come and join us. It's going to be a really exciting ride. Thank you very much.